Welcome anyone to the Gaming Chamber podcast. This is Two Weeks to Kill You, aka Everett, and we are on episode 14 for the podcast. Still going strong, going strong, going strong, going strong. Um, no Devin this week, but joining me, I do have JJ. JJ?
Howdy, I am here.
Yeah, at
Don't worry,
least
you good.
someone. No, our regular third guy can't be in. He's got some congratulations in order. He had a kid, so
Yeah, having a son now is cool. Awesome. Nah, me and Devin got the boys. Yeah.
oh
So
yeah, he had a boy. So now you and him both have a son to grow and teach to be toxic together, right?
teach him the good ways to play video games.
Teach him the good ways.
The good ways.
Oh man, but yeah. So yeah, again, no Devin this week. Hey, I don't remember. Did he mention that he might not be for like maybe a few weeks or something? I
I don't know about the other freaks. I thought it was just this week.
yeah.
But again, I don't doubt it. You know, gotta get situated with the new baby.
Yeah, I mean, when that happens, like I have two kids myself. I understand. Uh, yeah, there's a lot that happens that you gotta like. Okay, I gotta take care of this. This has to get done, and yada yada yada. So, for the time being, if we happen to do a podcast that week, there will not be Devin. At least maybe for the next few weeks. Maybe he might be back next week. We'll find out.
Well, not
Uh,
too long, but shit happens.
I mean,
I don't know.
obviously you and I will be able to hold it down, so we're all good. Too bad he's not here. Oh, he never texted me his thoughts on the Fallout show. So for the
Oh, we could probably just. I'll probably see if I ping him.
um, you know what?
Yeah,
Because
but yeah,
I was gonna say JJ, if you can actually get him to
yeah.
send us a message in the Discord while we're doing this, while we're talking about the rest of the stuff, he can send what his thoughts are in the Discord. We're still gonna get his thoughts. um, so yeah, again, it's just me and JJ. This week, not going to be a lot. I did mention it right now because we're going to get his thoughts, but we are going to talk about the Halo, Jesus, the Fallout show, and so that's going to be the major thing for
I
this
think it's
week.
probably the major thing.
Hmm?
That is probably the major thing is Fallout.
Yeah, no,
I
I
can't
mean,
wait to talk about it. Can't wait to talk about it. I'm excited. Like, well, yeah. I just think once I watched it, like fully finished the last couple episodes on Thursday, I was like, I can't wait for Sunday, baby.
honestly, I'm probably or not probably. I am starting like another watch through of the show. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. We'll get into
Mhm.
it. But before we get into all the or not all the, but the few topics for the week. Let's just go ahead and talk about what we've been playing this past week. Um, Go ahead, JJ.
Yeah, I kind of just still been playing RuneScape. I kind of got fucked because they announced the weapon kind of got was being changed, and when it's being changed, it was gonna a price on it increase because it's getting better. So I jumped on the train to kind of do that little own little stock kind of thing, right, in the market for the game. I fucked myself. I sold too early because I panicked because the weapons started dropping hard. I panicked, sold, lost 12 million gold. Whatever. And the next day I saw it jump up to because I bought it for 72 mil. It jumped up the next day at 182 mil. So I kind of kicked myself in the nuts on that one. And I bought it, and it plummeted down to 120 mil. So I'm kind of been really salty about that. So that kind of pissed me off. But
Mm,
I've been playing a little bit of obviously just Fallout because of the show. But again, there's been big surges for Fallout now. I
Oh
wonder
yeah.
why.
Oh man, that's
I
the
think
thing.
that's
It's like
I think that's really it. I think I might have dabbled a little bit back in Fortnite, trying to do the Avatar: Last Airbender event,
oh.
so I can try to get Appa. That's a little flying thing, and sock a sword.
I do
But
know who Appa is. I know who that is actually.
yeah, he's gonna be a little glider, the flying bison. Yeah, you get to fly down to him.
That's not bad. If you're a fan of the show, or
Yeah,
fan of
yeah.
Avatar.
I bought one of the characters at the. I bought a little bit of the character because I had leftover V Bucks from like a while back when I was buying a ton of skins. Fucking just use it to buy Zuko the Firebender when I was chasing the Avatar in the show. Since you never seen it, he's the guy that was chasing him all the time until he became a good guy. So he
Ah,
became him. That's why he's bundled with the girl. So I just bought him. I thought he was cool. I like the other girl, Toph, the Earthbender, but I was like, I only buying one. Kind of like I just wanted to try to play this season a little bit, but it's still, I'll probably put a total of like 3 matches and
hmm.
then done. So
I have not played a Fortnite in a while, and I'm like,
I feel
I'm
like it
not
felt like the
really.
last time we played. I'm assuming, right? Like a long time ago.
No, I played. I don't know, sometime last year, like on my own. I don't know why I was playing it, but I did play a bit on my own at some point. I don't remember when,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's Fortnite. I'm not the biggest Fortnite fan, so it's not like I'm really itching to go back at any point.
Yeah. Like when I was playing, like I think I played a lot back then because I was facing a lot of bots and stuff like that. There's walking around. You can totally tell, they're bots. Kind of like when we played PUBG, like they're dumb as fuck, But now it's like I'm playing, and I think because of the Avatar event maybe, and it's all the other stuff that's going on, a lot of people are jumping back in, and yeah, it's kind of a bitch now.
I like playing against bots. It makes me feel
Yeah,
like I'm actually able to do something.
yeah, me too. Yeah, I think I was dropping like 10, 12 kills because of the bots, and like they give you a ton of XP, gets you the battle pass faster, which is cool. Oh, it looks like Devin's messaging his
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Cool.
Um.
But yeah, what about you? What games you been playing?
I actually started Fallout New Vegas. Like I started Fallout New Vegas I, years ago. I
Mhm.
think I got to like maybe the first like settlement after like that starting settlement. I don't remember what it's called. Novak, I think. That was
Like where you
years
create
ago.
your character?
That was years ago.
Yeah.
And I never like got like played it again. This was when the game like first came out or whatever. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, I started playing. I was like, I want to play through it, especially because they're gonna do the update on the 25th, right? Yeah. For Fallout 4, I was like, I want to play some Fallout New Vegas. I want to actually play through it, and it's Fallout. I enjoy Fallout, so yeah, I'm having a good time. Although it's weirdly kind of hard, the game. Like right now, I'm on my way to do something for the Caesar's Legion, like to
Yeah.
start that quest line, which is still part of the main quest line. But I keep getting attacked by the freaking fire geckos, and they just kill me every time. I can't like kill them quick enough. So, um, yeah, like that's kind of making me not want to play a bit because I'm like, okay, I don't have enough bullets. My gun's not good enough because I'm using a varmint rifle, and it's like shooting very slow, so I can't like, and I don't have a great aim, so I have to use my machete, and I'm not killing them quick enough, and they're taking so much damage from me. It's I don't know. I mean, I was enjoying playing up to
Yeah.
it, but
Fallout's a
yeah.
very tough game if you're meleeing. Like it's ass. Like because every shooting. fucking lasers and shit and gun bullets. I think I tried to go like a melee build. Yeah, I couldn't barely do it. Maybe like when you start upgrading your weapons. I think in New Vegas or one of those expansions, something like that. I had this weapon that when you punch somebody, it's like the shocker from Spider-Man. Just boom, fucking giant sound like shocker goes behind him. So I'm like, damn, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna try to do that. I want to try a melee build. Yeah, it's gonna be tough as shit trying to do it. Cause like you see a dude, the guy sees you before, and he fucking snipes you, and you're like taking so much damage. But again, maybe you have to upgrade your stuff further. I kind of just did your generic. I just lose my guns and stuff like that,
Yeah,
compared
I'm
to
not
like playing like
really.
Elder
Yeah,
Scrolls games. It's like it's okay to get melee and shit, you know. Because at least when you block, kind of you block the arrow, you can't really block a bullet, you know, or whatever.
yeah. It's I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna like I said, I'm gonna finish the game. I want to finish Fallout New Vegas. Like the game came out what 2010, right? It's been 14
Yeah, it came
years.
out. Yeah, it came out this. Oh fuck yeah, it came out around I think like one of the Call of Duties. I think remember
Yeah, so I
and
want to
Dark
finish
Souls.
it.
I think
I want to finish it. I do want to finish it.
it's a good one. That's actually the one that actually got me into the series. Cause I had Fallout 3 when my dad worked at Hollywood Video. He gave me two games to choose from. He's gonna sell the other one. It was Borderlands, just straight up Borderlands 1, or Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition. I'm like, I'm choosing Fallout 3. To get that Game of the Year Edition with all those add-ons, they're like 10, $15 a pop with like four fucking expansions. I'm like, that's the better deal. You know, like I'll take that one instead of fucking Borderlands. And
Mm.
I think like if I did play Borderlands time, like all my friends are fucking high level as shit. Like I don't like this shit where I join a game, everybody's high level, and there's like, oh, here's these weapons. Okay, like that's not even fun. Everybody's killing things in like 2 seconds. Like yeah, power leveling is cool, but it's
Actually,
different
that
compared like for Borderlands. Like Diablo is a little different because you get to
actually
do
I've
all
been
this shit.
I've been
But
I've been enjoying New Vegas a little bit more because they have all that like the game's obviously fucking almost 15 years old. They have their Game of the Year edition and everything. Excuse me. Um, but I kind of like that. Yeah, I'm like, you know what? Now that I'm playing it, I have the ability to be like, oh yeah, here's a bunch of like powerful weapons that you can kind of start out with. I'm like, cool.
yeah, and Fallout New Vegas is just a lot smaller than 3, so which is why I also liked it. Um,
Mm.
I just didn't like the world being so big because again, I was used to like playing Call of Duty and all the linear stories and shit. I wasn't really big into RPGs at the time, you know. But like, I guess I'll say that I was playing Oblivion a lot. That was like one of my best ones. But again, I liked the fantasy type more over than the like the post-apocalyptic
I
one.
kind of
But
go
like until I
back and
played New
forth.
Vegas, it was super nice. I really like New Vegas, and then I'm like, you know what? I'll give Fallout 3 a shot, and I fucking loved it because I think I just knew how to play it after playing Vegas. You know?
So I kind of go back and forth because I do that sometimes where it's like, do I like fantasy more or do I like the sci-fi stuff more? Especially too because like you have Bethesda who has Elder Scrolls and Fallout. So like
Yep.
if you're a big sci-fi guy, you can play Fallout. If you're a big fantasy guy, you can play Elder Scrolls. And shit, like Obsidian's starting to do that now because like I mean they have the Pillars of Eternity game and they have their Outer Worlds and now they're making Avowed. So like there's gonna be even more like, oh, who do you like? Or like uh, why am I forgetting? The guys who do Mass Effect and Dragon Age.
Um,
Um
Bioware?
BioWare. They do that, same thing too, where do you want to play a fantasy setting or do you want to play a sci-fi setting? So it's always been like a difficult thing for me. Like I think it's maybe more dependent on who I'm playing, like what company it is or what developer it is that I'm playing the game of. Because like I don't like the Dragon Age games. Just
Well, I think people didn't like some of the new ones. Like for some reason I couldn't get into it, but I think I just more like Oblivion,
yeah, but I
like
loved like
Bethesda's
dude,
games.
I I don't know if I did it on this account, because I had to make a new Xbox account some years back. But I did
Mhm.
100% Oblivion. Um, like got all the achievements and all that stuff. I did like everything.
I was trying
Like,
to get that shit, bro, but my game would always fucking glitch, bro, or some bullshit. So I couldn't get it.
um, yeah, and Skyrim, like I played the shit out of that. Like oh my god, Skyrim was. I was one of those fucking losers who, because Skyrim came out in 2011. I
Mhm.
was one of those losers. I mean, I didn't know better at the time, but I was like, oh, Skyrim is game of the year. It's the same year that Dark Souls came out. Now that I've,
Mhm.
you know, some years on now, and obviously I played both. Dark Souls is better, it is a better game. But at the time, I'm a huge Bethesda guy, and I played Fallout 3, um, and I loved it. Although when I first played it, I didn't like the way it ended because they had that like, oh, you just basically sacrifice yourself and the game ends, and it's like, wait, what? Like this is not what I want to play. I want to like, or 'cause especially after Oblivion, where it's like, oh, you beat the game, now go ahead and just do whatever else you need to do,
Yeah.
and that was just, yeah. It was a very I don't know. It was just very like, really, you're gonna do this?
Yeah, like bye bye. I mean, the thing with the RPGs story stuff, I think people like playing after they beat the game. You can still do whatever you want, you know?
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, I sometimes I go back and forth because I in Fallout, like literally in Fallout 4, I've gotten to where like that first major city, and I did. I think I did a quest line where it's like you need to help them kill whatever enemies. The group that's like, I think it's like, is the name Garvey or something? The guy with the hat, the guy that they made the meme out of, where it's like you have
Yeah,
a,
we need a settlement. Yeah, we have a
yeah,
settlement thing,
yeah.
right? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And then you get in the power armor, and then the death claw pumps up, right? Yeah.
I did that quest that like I think it's, I'm pretty sure it's super early on, or if I don't know,
Yeah,
maybe
it's
I
like the
just,
beginning.
yeah.
It's one of the earliest quests in the game. They tell you go there.
So like,
And I think, yeah, you get the minigun, you start mowing down the death claw or something.
yeah.
Like,
uh,
thanks, and they go back, and then
so yeah, I don't know. I am gonna, like I said, I'm gonna play through these games, New Vegas and Fallout 4, especially now that Fallout 4 is getting the next gen update. So
yeah, I never beat Fallout 4. Yeah, I think I let my buddy borrow it when it first came out and stuff a little bit. I was like, oh, I'm playing. I think I was playing a ton of League of Legends. I'm like, yeah, if you want to play, you can play. He's like, oh, cool. And then just we played it all the time, beat the game. They told me the ending of the game, so I kind of just didn't give a shit anymore. So yeah, that was that.
yeah,
But now I kind of actually want to actually try.
um, yeah, but that's all the that's us what we've been playing and what we're gonna be playing, I guess. Yeah, in the, oh man, like there's just so much that's happening. Like uh, I'm like, I need to get through this stuff before the Elden Ring. That's June, right? The Elden Ring DLC.
Then Junior. Yeah, yeah, buddy.
Like I'm over here planning on playing two big ass RPGs. Oof, I don't know, but all right, let's go ahead and get into the topics for the week, and then get into the big discussion, Fallout. So actually, let's start out with this thing that you were telling me before the podcast. With an emulator, correct?
Yeah, called Delta. Yeah.
So like I said, I don't know anything about it. Like if you could tell me.
Yeah, of course. But Delta is an emulator that's now on iOS, and I guess a lot of iOS devices wouldn't allow you to emulate because it's
Yeah,
kind of like
there
a big deal
was,
for
yeah,
iOS use,
Apple was
like for
very
phone.
like with third party stuff and things like that. That's why like Android has always been like big. Oh, you can
Yeah,
emulate
you can
stuff
do
on
whatever the
there,
fuck
but
you want.
yeah,
Like,
but
who
because
gives a shit?
Apple doesn't like to, you know, they're not big on open source or like having an open anything. It's very walled off garden type of shit with them. So I see
Yeah.
why it's a big deal. But go ahead.
Yeah, so it can emulate games like a lot of old school stuff. I think the newest console it can emulate is the DS. So you got like the NES, Super Nintendo, Genesis, Sega, pretty much like all the handhelds for Nintendo up to the DS. You can emulate games and just play it on there. And the cool thing is too, like if you have a smart TV or something, you actually can stream it to your phone. I mean, onto your television from your phone. So I see people like I think our buddy was Zach was saying like he just beat Yellow version yesterday or something like
Oh,
that.
Pokemon
So you
Yellow.
can just stream that on your television playing like a Game Boy game on there, like Kirby Dreamland or something. Which
Hmm.
I'm kind of excited for. Play a lot of old school stuff. I'm probably gonna play a lot of GBA games to be honest, like Final Fantasy Tactics or something. Maybe some of the older Pokemon games just for shits and giggles.
I mean, honestly, if I want to play some of the older Pokemon games. Oh no, they closed it down now, right? The 3DS, 2DS store.
Yeah, that's just gone.
Damn.
I bought on my 3DS. I gotta fucking find it. But I bought like the the red and blue version or something like that. I think I bought all three, red, blue, and yellow version for my 3DS. But fuck, I think that's I still remember. I think it's told Devin like Pokemon was spelled wrong. It's Pokemon. GameStop like labeled it as Pokemon. I kind of found that funny. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Emulating. I think even surpassed if you searched up Delta on the App Store, it surpassed the Delta airline app. It became the emulator itself.
Hmm. That's interesting.
Let's go quick fact, yeah. I just downloaded just in case, Nintendo kind of like, yo, dog, what are you doing? You know?
um, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I mean, like I said, I'm an Android user, so this is interesting to me in that like the way Apple has always been about their own OS and their devices to like, no, you can't. I mean, shit, that whole what do you call it? Them versus Epic Games because they don't want to have let third party apps purchase straight through their own store. It's like no. We have to control everything. I mean, Android is doing that too. Google with the Android stuff, where it's like, no, it makes sense. If you could purchase straight through an Epic Game Store, for Fortnite bucks, it's obviously money you know, being lost out.
It's just yeah, I think of it. It's just Epic being greedy and want the whole pie.
Yeah, but like I said, Apple's been very when it comes to doing anything on their phone. That's I don't know any kind of like outside the box customization. It's just they've never been too happy with that kind of stuff. So this is this is a big step for people to be able to like do their own shit
Yeah.
and start like having I don't know a bigger control of what they do with their own phone and everything. So that's cool. I like it. Uh, more power to Apple if they can do more shit like that. More what's the word? Customer friendly, consumer friendly shit like that. We need more things like that. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's more to really say about that. That's pretty cool.
So yeah.
Uh, so Let's go ahead and move on to the next thing.
Yeah, that's fine. So just a
I don't
quick
know.
little.
This one, I'm just like, oof. This is gonna be very, very not cool to be talking about because we keep talking about this kind of shit. Um, Take Two, the company that owns Rockstar. You know they do now they just bought the Borderlands people. Fucking, I am forgetting the name of that company. That Gearbox. They just bought Gearbox. Uh, they're laying off about 5% of their people. So here we go. More just more shit. More I don't even know, man. Like more layoffs. How many times have we talked about layoffs?
My girlfriend, like I felt like we talk about layoffs like every fucking week, but this is usually how it goes. Like me and Devin say, like it's usually how it goes. Fortunately, like, and I think it's not just gaming; it's just a lot of stuff that's going on for layoffs and all that.
Yeah, it's getting bad.
Businessman makes they just want to make money, cut people, and then just try to make more money, spending it the least amount to do so.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Like we keep every like I kind of didn't even want to talk about this week because it's the same thing that we say every time. It sucks, but like it's just kind of just the nature of the business now of like they're just gonna be laying off people because not enough money's being made, and I don't know, it's too many companies. The companies are just making too many stupid decisions that turn people off from wanting to buy their games. Like I don't know, I didn't really want to talk about this, but I guess we'll talk about this. Like because it's kind of a non-story too. But like you see, there's confusion about the Star Wars Outlaws. What do you call it? Their like season pass or whatever. That supposedly the Job of the Hut missions were locked behind. You had to get the season pass, but then like they came out and said like, oh no, like one specific mission, but the Job of the Hut missions were not or whatever, something like that. So but like regardless of if it was done or not, or not done, but like if that was the case or not, like it's already out there that it's like, oh, you have to buy the season pass to do specific things, or else you can't play that those
Yeah,
whatever. And it doesn't matter. Like on the internet, once the truth comes out, that it's already done because what was the first thing said? Oh no, you have to if you want to do the Job of the Hut stuff, you need to get the season pass. That's it. That's what everyone's gonna think now.
yeah,
Um, yeah, like when things like that happen, it can it just makes people be like, why do I want to buy this game? Especially too because like when you hear season pass, what do you think? You think like, ooh, excuse me, Jesus, that soda's really getting me. You think like a live service type thing, and it's a single player game, right? The Star Wars Outlaws.
yeah.
So it's not a popular thing to be like, oh, we're gonna do live service elements, whether it's actually live service or not. So yeah, I don't know. Companies are just it's like they don't want to learn. They just want to keep doing something that's like they think. And I know I've said this before. It's like, yeah, you're gonna make money, like I guess in the short term, but think about the long term. You want people to play your game, buy your game, and keep playing your game, and do like a good word of mouth. So shit gets spread, and you can make more money. But I don't know. This is I don't know. You got more thoughts on this? The Take Two layoffs? Like
So, or sucks. It's just
Yeah.
because it could be a thing where they could just fire them and be like, hey, guess what? We're gonna make you back from GTA 6. Like for those
Yeah.
layoffs, because like, look, we didn't need those people anymore. Blah blah blah. Or it could have been a lot of people that were wanting to leave, or because sometimes like Devin was saying, like a lot of jobs that are, I guess there's like three different people doing the same job. So why? For like that, more of the higher ups too. I didn't really look into like how many people got fired, like the developer side. Were they all developers that got fired, or just obviously laid off these people?
That way, what?
Did it say all those jobs that people lost were all developers, or is just
Yeah,
they just laid
yeah.
off
It's
these
like,
people?
I mean, it's various, mostly developers, obviously. Like,
Mm,
that's the
yeah,
big thing. So, yeah.
this is
It's like
tough.
11,000 people or something, too. Like, when you hear 5%, I know the thing is, like, when you hear 5%, you're like, it's kind of seems like a small number, but like, it's 11,000 people. Take Two is a huge company.
Yeah,
Like,
Take
they're a
Two, and
huge
then the
company.
Gearbox. There's like what four different areas for Gearbox.
I
I thought there's
Yeah,
like different
right.
like all the countries and shit.
Yeah, because it's not just like Gearbox and that's it. It's
Like
like
Ubisoft, like
Gearbox.
we were talking about like last week. Like Ubisoft, there's like what, like three, four different fucking areas for Ubisoft.
Yeah, there's a
Well,
lot
I
of.
think one got closed or whatever, but
I'm trying to remember how many exactly. Uh, I think there's two or three studios for Gearbox, but I yeah, it's I don't know. Like I said, we're just gonna keep saying the same thing because it's just like it's just bad because yeah, people losing their
Mhm.
jobs. I don't know. We'll go ahead and move on to the next thing. Let's get to a more happier subject. So the
Yeah. Let's please.
yes, the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie. They're gonna have Shadow in it. They announced it's official, right? It was announced, right? Official. Keanu Reeves is
Yeah,
gonna voice Shadow the Hedgehog.
yeah, it's super fucking dope as shit. I think what was the last one they wanted to do was Christian, right?
The
Um,
what?
the other actor they wanted to have him was Christian, the one that played Anakin Skywalker.
I did not hear about that.
Uh,
Hayden Christensen.
yeah, yeah, Hayden Christensen like wanted to they wanted him to be the voice of Shadow, I think, but Keanu Reeves is really good. Obviously, a very good candidate that I was not like even like think about because I think I was just too busy. Oh, that'd be cool to put him in the movie, dude. Hell yeah, put him as Shadow. And then they're like Keanu Reeves is Shadow. I'm like, okay, that's dope as shit. Like I'm actually hella like happy about it. Just gonna hear a little bit of John Wick as Shadow.
Well, it makes it's kind of funny, like that he's gonna be Shadow because like there was that game Shadow the Hedgehog where he fucking
Yeah,
like had guns.
riding
Oh, I'm gonna die right
motorcycles and
here.
you can ride.
Yeah. So like it kind of makes sense to use him as the voice for
Yeah, like, we play Sonic Adventure 2. Like you know how Shadow sounds. Like he's like one of those like
oh yeah,
one
yeah.
liner like dudes
Like
like
he's like
edgy dude.
yeah, he's supposed to be kind of edgy and shit or whatever. So like yeah, yeah, that works to use Keanu Reeves. You can like I mean, just listen to the way he sounds in what do you call it? The Cyberpunk game. Like yeah, he does
Yeah.
that edgy like yeah, let's fucking do this shit. You shot him in the dick. Like kind of stuff. Like he works for that, and probably he could just say a lot of whoa. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly,
Piece of shit.
exactly.
But honestly, for the movie, I was actually really want to see a live action fucking Metal Sonic, dude. Like I was like, that'd be so cool to see a Metal Sonic. But I watched the OVA of Sonic the Hedgehog back in the 90s, like a 40-minute clip, and that's what kind of made me like Sonic in the show. Like, super cool. And then I started watching, and he would battle Sonic. Metal really hoping to see like Metal Sonic or anything in the end credits,
I
but then we saw
mean,
Shadow. Okay, that's still cool as shit. You
so
know,
here's the thing, like
it could be Metal Sonic could be in the third one. I don't know. Maybe like
even if
Shadow
they
does the
don't,
thing.
but the thing is, even if they don't use Metal Sonic in the third movie, like you have not like that leaves them open for like let's do a fourth movie, and now he's the antagonist in the fourth movie. Like
I was like, oh, I was thinking maybe they could be in he could be in the third one. Like maybe Shadow is kind of bad, but like in the end of Sonic 2, he becomes kind of good because of Maria and all that stuff.
I mean, I would not. I would
Like they like team up real quick to beat Metal
no. I
Sonic.
was
I
gonna
don't know,
say
some
like
bullshit.
I think that
I don't.
I
Sorry,
think
go
they're
ahead.
gonna do that. No, I think they're gonna do that same thing. That story, not that's the Sonic Adventure 2 storyline, but the storyline of like Shadow the Hedgehog. Like Shadow's gonna be the enemy, which is kind of weird because they did that already too with Knuckles.
I go Knuckles.
Maybe not necessarily like he's aligned with Robotnik, but they like it's it just seems like that's the way they're gonna go. Like that's where it has to go. That oh Shadow's the antagonist. Oh, but then they figure out wait we're on the same side. Let's team up and stop. I mean, if they do I'm forgetting the name of that like giant lizard you fight at the end of Sonic Adventure 2, but like it's supposed to be the ultimate life form. If they bring that into the movie, that'd
Ultimate
be
Weapon.
pretty.
Yeah,
Or the
I thought
ultimate
it was
weapon or
Ultimate
whatever.
Weapon.
I thought it was ultimate life form. I mean, because that's what
Oh yeah,
like
Ultimate Life Form.
yeah, because that's
Oh,
what he
what was
calls
it? What
himself.
was it? The fucking the from the first one. They could bring that shit. What was that? Oh fuck! I'm not blanking
Oh
on that one.
yeah, chaos.
Chaos. Was it Chaos? I think
Is
it
it
was Chaos,
chaos?
right?
They could bring that as like an he's the enemy, and Shadow
Right.
somehow yeah. I don't know because the movie comes out in December, right?
Chaos Zero.
Chaos
Yeah.
Zero.
Oh no, I thought the movie came out in December. Oh, it's at the end of the year.
Yeah.
The Chaos 0246.
So I mean that's gonna be kind of cool
Yeah.
to see that movie with Keanu Reeves voicing Shadow. Uh,
It's funny, Elder Silva with Keanu Reeves again working together.
oh, Idris Elba, yeah, I saw a
Cyberpunk.
lot of people. Yeah, I saw a lot of people pointing that out.
I'm
Uh,
actually really excited because for Sonic 3, you the lead up to Sonic 3, you're gonna have to watch the Knuckles show, and I'm actually excited. And I think that comes out actually like fucking this coming week. Actually,
I would say that comes out I think this week.
I
Uh,
think 26.
is it the 26th? Yeah, we're gonna have to watch that. Probably do
I'm
episode
watching this shit. Yeah, April. Yep, April 26th. So
that comes
on
out in like what
Paramount
5 days. I have Paramount Plus, so I'm gonna watch it. We're gonna have to do reviews of that if you're down. Obviously,
I think it's weekly. I think it's weekly as
I'm pretty
well.
sure it'll be weekly, so it'll be easier. Not easier, but it'll be probably better for us to do it.
Yeah, because that shit
So
comes out fucking Friday. So yeah, you have to be on top of it. Anyway, yeah, like super excited for the show. I really like those movies for Sonic. So I think that's also one of the good. That's when the video game movie started making a turn, uh, doing better like Detective Pikachu and Sonic. Or like that. Yeah, there's you can say what you wish about fucking the Detective Pikachu like storyline, but it is what it is. Like Pokemon, and if they look like that, I like it. You know, and like the Mario movie is really good, even though when you think about it, it's kind of a lot of loopholes. But again, it's targeted for children, for kids. I had a fun time. Good an hour and a half of fun. So like if hope like depends on when the second one comes out. Well, me and my son can go watch that.
if they're wait for the Detective Pikachu movie, think they're gonna
No,
make a
no,
second
sorry,
one?
the Mario movie.
Oh, the Mario movie. I thought we were talking
Sorry.
about. I was like, I'm like, are they
Oh,
even
well,
going
Detective
to?
Pikachu. I wish Danny DeVito was motherfucking Detective Pikachu. I think we
Oh
all did,
God.
but
Yeah.
but then when he said, "What's a Pikachu?" Then it's like, yeah, never mind. He ain't doing it. But yeah, I feel like a lot of good movies, video game movies, are gonna be very good shows. I think the shows are really
Things are starting to
starting.
pick up with like
Yeah,
movies and TV shows. Which
we can go
actually,
action. Okay.
great segue. Golden Axe. We're gonna go with that as the segue.
Yeah.
There's an announcement now from Sega. They're making a Golden Axe TV show. Um, I mean, all right, Golden Axe TV show.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
cool.
I think I saw that Comedy Central was gonna do it, so it's gonna, you know, it's not gonna be on a streaming service. It's gonna be more traditional. But
Hmm.
yeah, so I mean, if it's on Comedy Central, it means they're gonna lean into the comedy aspect of that, which I guess makes sense when it comes to what do you call it? When it comes to Golden Axe, like I don't know, have you played Golden Axe, JJ, like at all?
Nah, I'm not a boomer.
Okay, all right. So
Like Devin say, boomer as well. I don't worry, Devin. I'll take that as well. No, I seen it. I've never played it. I think I've seen it in my fucking. So when I go to like the video game bars or something like that, I see a game I think pop up there. You can play or some bullshit. But never really played it. No.
I mean,
I think when
like
we were talking before, I think the only game I thought it was, but it told me it was
Altered
Altered Beast. I'm like,
Beast, you were
nope,
thinking it was Altered Beast.
never mind.
Like if you play the game, yeah, there's like four different characters, like the Barbarian, the Amazon, the or maybe three. No, it's three different characters. Thinking something else. There's three characters types. There's the dwarf, Amazon, and barbarian. At least I think there's three characters. Um, and like the games are kind of just, they're a little weird. You know, they're it
Mhm.
makes sense that they're gonna make it more of a comedy because I mean,
It looks like it's gonna be an animated show too.
oh, that I did not know that they're gonna make it a.
Golden Axe animated series. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would. That would make sense for that because I'm like looking at pictures of Golden Axe. Like, yeah, I could see how that can be an animated.
Yeah, that makes a
I think
lot of fucking
honestly
sense.
choosing the right way to shoot it, like instead of live action, animated or animate, like it has to do pick a good one like that, for it to also pop off. You know, like that Castlevania game. I mean, the Castlevania show, and it's good as an anime. You know, it's dope as shit. So I don't know if it would have translated very well as a live action one, because again, with anime and animation, you can just pop off with crazy shit. You know,
Yeah,
but
certain
I think
things
this
work
one
better.
isn't
Yeah,
Golden Axe. It's just bloody as shit, right? You say it's kind of like a beat 'em up, like TMNT kind of style, right?
yeah. Back in the
Game
old Sega days of like,
where it's just quarter eater machines, right?
I mean, yeah, on the arcade it could be that, but like, I mean, I played it on the Sega, so
Yeah.
on the Genesis.
So you're saying I can emulate it on my Delta?
You probably could.
Thanks.
I mean, it's on the
Yeah.
Xbox. You could buy it for like $5, I think, on the.
I will emulate it
Okay.
for free. Piracy's bad. Okay.
I was say we don't condone piracy on this. Fuck that. If you could get it for free, do it.
I mean, it's very resourceful. Just kidding. I asked our buddy to fucking show me the link how to do it. Yeah.
But yeah. So there's that.
Yeah, it's cool. I'll check it out. You know, so I can review it. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
And if
I'll
it's gonna be
likely check it out.
comedy, that'd be cool. I want to do some laughs.
I mean,
Maybe I wonder if it's gonna.
I, I think we need more comedies when it comes to video game stuff. Because, like, when you. I mean, obviously, we're going to talk about it, the Fallout show, but this Fallout show has some comedy in it. Because, it's pretty pretty absurd in some of the stuff. But, like, for the most part, they play it straight in that show. Obviously, you have The Last of Us, which is, The Last of Us. The Halo show's not a comedy. Like a lot of the stuff, the only like comedy.
If you think about it, it kind of is because it's dog shit.
Oh
But yeah,
God, Here we go.
You knew
Um,
it was coming. You knew it was coming, dog. You knew it was coming.
wow. Uh, but like I don't know. Have you watched the Twisted Metal show?
I have not watched the Twisted Metal because I don't have Peacock. But
So
I heard people say it was a pretty it's pretty decent.
it's great. It's
'Cause,
a very good show. Uh, like I was actually very surprised at how much I enjoyed the show, and it's a comedy. Which, when you
yeah,
think, that's the thing. When you think Twisted Metal, you probably think like, oh, like that. Remember that movie with Jason Statham? It was Jason Statham, right? Where like he's in prison and it's Death Race, right? I think that's what it's called.
dude, I actually like low key like that movie, bro.
Hmm?
I like that movie. Oh shit.
No.
Um,
So like,
well, it's like the kid, right? The kid like controls him, right, or some shit,
no,
right?
no, 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 no. You're thinking Gamer with Gerard Butler.
Oh, that's Java. Oh fuck. Yeah, yeah. Death Race. But yeah. Oh fuck. Yeah. But okay. Now I kind of know. Yep. Yep. Yep.
So like I
Gotta
think
be
that
home.
when you think Twisted Metal, you probably would think it has to be like a more like serious like, oh, this is happening and they're racing each other and they could kill each other and stuff like that. But to turn it into like a post-apocalyptic like, oh, he's just a guy who does deliveries, dangerous deliveries, and he drives a vehicle and all this stuff. And it's a comedy. Like, yeah, it it worked. It worked like pretty well, I think. I mean, it also helps that Anthony Mackie, I think the guy's name, the guy who plays uh Falcon,
Yeah. Anthony Mackie. Yeah.
he's really good in that. Like, and him and the chick from Brooklyn Nine, uh, she plays like the lesbian cop or something. I think she was lesbian in that show. Um, like they work well together. Like it was good. Yeah. And I think I want to say they are going to do a second season of that. So
That's cool.
you know, like I said, more comedies based on video games. Yeah, I'm all for because we get a lot. Of,
Great cast too.
yeah,
Helps as well.
yeah. I mean, having a great cast helps with a show. Like you could even have maybe like a like oh that's the thing. Twisted Metal being a comedy could have probably worked against it, but they got the right people to be like, all right, we're gonna fucking act the shit out of this, and it's something I'll get into when we start talking about Fallout, But yeah, getting the right people to play whatever character they play, to basically like buy in and just like they're gonna make this character very like memorable or like a fan favorite or whatever. Yeah, that helps a lot. Um, so yeah, that if they whoever they get to, and you're saying it's an animated show, right? So whoever they get to voice characters in the Golden Axe show, it's going to be a very important. Uh, it's just going to be
I
very important.
see Danny Putty, Pudi. Danny voice is going to be joining the voice and
I
somebody
don't know.
Matthew Rice.
I don't think I know any of those people that you just those two. I have no idea.
Yes, Matthew Rice is from Perry Mancini. Danny Putty. Who's that? He's from Community. Interesting. Oh fuck. Um. Oh shit, he's a bed from fucking goddamn. Okay, that's cool.
Wait, who?
Okay, Danny. I'm probably butchering his fucking last name. Sorry, but he's funny as shit. This guy I'm posting in the Discord. Um. Oh, you seen Community, right?
No, I
Oh, then you're not gonna fucking know he is. He's done other stuff too, but yeah, he's doing his
wait a
voice.
minute.
He's really funny.
Wait, the
He's funny.
the one dude that's also in that one show that's on Apple TV Plus, the about the video game developers.
Oh fuck. I know what you're talking about. The one that like the guy's like an asshole, right? He's
Yeah,
like the best or some shit. I don't doubt he's in that. He's probably in that show as well.
he said a bed or
'Cause
something like that, right?
Abed
Uh,
is his name from
that sounds like
Community.
if I'm thinking the right actor, I'm pretty sure he's in that. Why am I forgetting the name of that show? I really do like that show
Mythic
too.
Quest, right?
Mythic Quest, yeah. I'm pretty sure
Yeah, he's in
it's
it.
him. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's the one I'm thinking. So if he's doing a voice, yeah, he's pretty good. I like him.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's
It's
really
he's funny.
no, he's really funny in Mythic Quest. Like he's because yeah, the character he plays is like it's all about money, like to him, and it's all about like how can we make more money, but he's like very like yeah, I know what I'm doing. You guys are all like beneath me, kind of shit. Anyone who hasn't seen that Mythic Quest show, go watch Mythic Quest. It's fucking great. It is really yeah. That
I
show
haven't seen
is
Matthew's other stuff.
so if
The other
that's what
guy
I'm
that
thinking,
they had in. But yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'll watch it. This will be funny. It's gonna be funny.
if he's gonna be in that show, that's gonna definitely make me want to watch it even more. Like for sure, watch the Golden Axe show. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. That he's gonna do a voice in there. Let's but
Sorry,
I didn't
Danny,
know
I
his name.
really butchered your last name. Sorry.
um, I don't know. Okay, so I guess that's it for the week because, like I said, there wasn't that much. So I guess we get into the big topic for, or not big topic, but the big thing for this week's cast, the Fallout show. You want to get into it then?
Like, yeah, I do.
Okay, so from this point on, anyone listening or watching on the YouTube, for the first little bit, we'll do non spoilers. We'll give our takes on what we thought a little bit, but we're getting into the nitty gritty of the show. We're gonna talk about everything, at least most everything. So from this point on, if you don't want to know anything or you're willing to listen to a little bit, that's up to your own volition. All right. So real quick, non spoiler review. Go ahead.
I liked it a lot. Super cool show. Um, like I think we talked about earlier, the actors in it were very, very good at what they do, especially bringing this show to life, or kind of what's left to like. Fallout's dead, but it's just so immersive. And it just felt like the game. So much stuff. I think that even the girl, the actress, she played a lot of Fallout to like kind of understand the game and how it worked. So I think just when actors did that, it just shows more, I guess, passion into the project of the of it. So they know what to do and how like, hey, this kind of doesn't seem right, kind of, but it just goes above and beyond, makes the show even better than what it was already going to be. I'm just super excited about the whole thing. I just literally could not stop watching. Like I think I watched well, I watched the first episodes and I just had to take care of this baby. But like once I watched it, the one night, I just couldn't stop watching it. I told myself I'm just gonna watch 2 episodes and I'll be done for the night. I watched the rest of the season from that on. All what was it, since it's an hour long, 5 hours of just watching all of Fallout. So fucking good. It's way better than fucking obviously Halo, but
Yeah, it is. It
I think with
is.
Fallout though, I know it's a little different because Fallout, it's just a lot of these games start find your dad, find your son, bullshit like that, and then anything in the middle can do whatever the fuck you want. I think that's the beauty of it. As long as you do a little bit of Fallout crazy shenanigans, and it just works so well.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna basically echo what you're saying. I loved it. I watched this. I literally watched it. I mean, it's only 8 episodes, but still, I watched it in 2 days. Rewatching it because I loved it. Walton Goggins' character, the Ghoul, like he's so fucking good. Ella
Yeah,
Purnell,
he's very
yeah,
good.
Ella Purnell as Lucy McLean is just great. I even like Maximus. He's like the third leading character. There's a fourth leading character. We'll get into that one. But yeah, it's just uh, so far from like all the different like video game adaptations of movies and shows and everything. I think this is the best one to come out. I do believe it's better than The Last of Us. And it's not that like The Last of Us was bad. I just think that The Last of Us was kind of a layup, you know what I mean? With adapting it cuz the game was already just basically a long TV show. So for like
Yeah, just a few changes. Yeah, it's hard to fuck up a good
something that was
thing
already
like
good
already.
to do a Fallout show and you're not going to adapt any of the games. You're going to do a completely new story, but it's got to fit in the canon because this show is canon uh, with with the video games. Like to be able
Yeah.
to like toe that line and be like, okay, it works. Like, yeah, you know, I would put this above Last of Us just for what they were able the fact that they were able to make something so good and make a completely new storyline with new characters and everything. Because that's another thing
Mhm.
too. Like, it's not like they're making it like with the Mario movie. Obviously,
Mhm.
it's not based on any one video game or anything like that, but like it can fall back on that it's a Mario movie or like the Mortal Kombat movie. You know, they
Mhm.
didn't necessarily tell the story of any of the games, but it's a Mortal Kombat movie. If you could just you if you use the characters from the game, you know what I mean. You can fall back on like oh, but you get to see Mario, you get to see Sub Zero, you get to see Scorpion, stuff like that. Um,
Mhm.
or even like the Twisted Metal show, like the characters that were in the show were characters in the game, or even fucking like Sweet Tooth too, because he's a big part of that show. You could fall back on that. So to make completely new characters and still tell an original story and the characters are like especially the ghoul like we'll get more into him
Mhm.
like to make something where it's like now people are going to be like dude there are going to be so many cosplays of the ghoul. I already see it. There's going to be so many people cosplaying as the ghoul and it's going to be he's
Is that going to be the Halloween outfit for the year?
like for a lot of people I bet you yeah like yeah, he's a good character. So I think the fact that they pulled all that off, like yeah, but yeah, no, quick rating or whatever, I, I give it like a 9.5 out of 10. It was that good. Like I said, I'm watching it again, so
Yeah, no, I'm tempted to. Me and girlfriend and I were kind of like, I don't know what to watch, kind of movie or like, we
watch the
should watch
Fallout.
the Fallout show. You know,
Yeah,
like fuck, I watch it again.
yeah. Probably actually after we're done recording and we get off for the night or whatever from playing games, probably gonna continue watching it because I did watch through episode one again, and I started on episode two, but I was kind of getting kind of tired last night. So, um, but yeah,
Mhm.
okay. So that's the spoiler free uh portion of our discussion. So
Mhm.
now let's just get into the nitty gritty. Everything's all on the table. So just go ahead, talk about anything you want to talk about. What like why you love the show? Like just go ahead and get into detail, JJ. Or actually,
Fuck,
if you
because
want, we could wait. Let's read
that's it.
Devin's first.
Yeah, read Devon's.
His little blurb because I don't think he put any spoilers, right? So I did forget him. Okay, so I'll go
I
ahead
think
and
so.
read this out. From Devin, it says overall great Fallout feel and sounded like Fallout. Excited for the tease at the end. they cast the show perfectly. He loved it. Wheatley? Who's Wheatley?
Don't know.
It says Wheatley,
What?
Ghoul, and everyone in the vaults neither a role. Can't wait for season 2. I don't remember who Wheatley is. Hmm.
Yeah, it's just very good.
So yeah, he obviously liked it. Yeah. All right. So yeah, there we go. Go ahead, JJ. Just go crazy.
Um, Fuck. When I think they just talk about showing up more of the vaults, I think going more into depth with that, obviously, because I think we all knew, for Fallout fans, we all know each vault's different. It has their own psychological testing that they do or whatever in the vaults. Liked how they talked more about that. Obviously, I think before we were talking, I think I just got a little fucking chub when the girl just said the line, "War, war never changes." I'm like, God damn, that's what I'm talking about. I got excited, dude. It's like the Leonardo DiCaprio me, like, woo, right here, it's right there, right there. You know.
Mhm.
And then the ending, I got really hyped. I think I told you again. I kind of got a little too excited and woke up my kid because I was hella hyped on that for the, like Devin also said, the New Vegas tease at the end.
Yeah.
So I like
The
how it's not really doing one game because there's a lot of references to other Fallout games in it. Like I think when the guy said in the show, the water like like that is like messed up. That's like the first quest you need to do in Fallout One. Was that? Um, then I was seeing Fallout, the New Vegas, attention to detail for every little Fallout thing in the game. Kind of like how I guess we talked like in the Halo, they had the little first person. You hear the shield like at the end. That's cool. We like the little things like that for gamers that played the games. But hearing the stem packs, I seen the rataways. Fuck, what was the amps? I think the guy just used it to like try to fucking fight the dude to get increased physical,
yeah.
to deal physical damage. Just seeing that was fucking cool as shit. That little thing like that, Like if you played Fallout, you know what that is. So just seeing it, I had a little cherry on top.
Mhm.
But I'm just super excited for season two. Um, I think was it Aaron Paul? I think people were saying like he wants to probably jump in on this because he's a big Fallout fan. So that'd be
Oh
cool seeing.
God, imagine that.
Yeah, yeah. I can't. It's cool. I got super fun excited. That's probably a show I would totally wipe my and just rewatch again for the first time. Cool. Like and it like I guess with Halo, it kind of again I can go back to Halo. It's just and I watched the episodes. Yeah, there were some episodes that I kind of like. Okay, that's cool. There, I can't wait for the episode to be over. And shit. Never once did I feel like that in Fallout. They just everything was cool, and a lot of time they made Fallout very engaging and fun in this show. I guess because in the games we're just walking around in barren wasteland.
Yeah.
But they have like all this crazy shit that's going on, like funny little random shit. I think like the doctor, was getting beat the shit out of, and then Maximus with the power armor, he's like, "Hey, let go," and he's like, "Wait, he's fucking my chickens." I'm like, that's some shit you hear in fucking Fallout,
I mean,
you know?
like they, Walton Goggins had that line when she was like, when Lucy was like, "But the golden rule," and he's like, yeah, the wasteland has its own golden rule. Thou shalt get what sidetracked by random bullshit every time. And I'm
Yeah,
like, oh my god, because yeah, that's a big thing of Bethesda games, like Fallout. I mean, just Bethesda games in general, not just the Fallout, because it happens in the Elder Scrolls, but you're
yeah.
going through to like to do the next quest or whatever it is, and then yeah, you're all of a sudden like, oh wait, what's going on over here? What's going on over here? What's this? And yeah, you just start going
Hmm.
to the next, yeah, and they in a way they pulled that off in the show with like that. Obviously you have the main story of that they got to get the what is it, the cold fusion device out of the scientist's head, and they got to deliver it to
Yeah,
Moldaver. after and all this stuff or whatever, because Lucy just wants to get her dad back after being kidnapped in the first episode and all that stuff. But
Hmm.
they had a lot of side stuff going on to, you know, flesh out the characters more and to just get you, more invested of what's going on with other things, especially too because like, you know, I mentioned this in my review, um, on my YouTube channel. Go ahead and check that out, everyone. But the show advertised like three main characters, but there's really four because Lucy's brother has his own like quest, like a side thing.
Yeah.
It's not a side quest, but he's got his own thing going on with discovering what's happening in the vaults, and then like him finding out that 31 isn't like an actual real vault. It's just like, oh, there's a bunch of people in there that they're meant to be the ones that run everything, and they're from, back from before the bombs dropped and all this stuff. They're all in cryo chambers, and it's just, oh, these are the people from Vault Tech that are meant to like basically run the world after everything's you know destroyed, so they can set it up to be the way they want it. Like, yeah, and then his father's part of that and everything. Like, oh, his father's over 200 years old and all this stuff. Like, no, yeah, it it obviously ties in to the main story and everything, but it's its own thing. It's a side thing that's happening, so you just have more to like chew on with the show. And yeah, I liked his storyline too. It was just more of like,
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he had I like this shit. It's more like dealing with all the bullshit in the vault.
well,
And it kind of got weird.
um, a big reason why I liked his storyline was I I remembered this too because he says it in the first episode when Lucy's leaving, because she's like, "Go with me, let's go find our dad," and he's like, "Nah, I'm a coward. I can't do that kind of shit." Like he said,
Hmm.
I'm too chicken. So his whole like watching the first episode again, I'm like, oh, that's what his story is. It's not just like, oh yeah, he's discovering this shit and all this stuff. Like, it's also meant to like be a character arc for him, that he's learning to what's the word, like, be something more. He has like his purpose.
Hmm.
It's character growth for him, that he, because then he, like, later on he tells that big dude, I don't remember the character's name, that like, you're a coward.
Oh, the cousin.
The cousin guy, yeah. Like, he's like, you're a coward, and then he's like, well, we all are. That's why we live in
Hey,
the
we live in a vault.
that's why we live in the vault. But like, he's like that. For Norm, that's his character growth. He's like, we gotta stand up for ourselves and be more for us and everything or whatever. So yeah,
Yeah.
his story was a very very good like side story to have play along the main story, especially too because I've seen people say this. I don't necessarily agree, but also at the same time, I guess I do kind of agree that, like, yeah, like, oh, they got to get this MacGuffin to like save the world or whatever. Um, I'm gonna die here in this game. Like, oh, they got to save the world with this thing that's gonna, like, what does it do? What did it do again?
Just gave infinite power,
Yeah,
pretty much.
basically, yeah, it was infinite power, to bring back to Los Angeles power and everything to the city. That, like, it's a very like just run of the mill kind of cliched, like, oh, it's an apocalyptic wasteland. Here's just, yeah, to save the world. So just like with like a Fallout game where, or just like any kind of like RPG where it's like it's a basic story where like, oh, you just got to fight the bad guys and save everybody. A lot of it
Mhm.
comes down to the journey, not the not the ending, not the destination. There we go. And so they took that to heart with the show. Like, make the characters good, make the interactions with the characters good. Any other side things have to be good, because the plain story of like, oh, they just have to get this MacGuffin to to like save the world, basically, kind of thing. It
Yeah.
it's very cliched and kind of a boring. But as we said, what helps is who you have for
I did like
characters.
the too and remember. I
Huh?
think what you're saying, like like oh, do the whole save the world kind of thing, you know. But at the end, you know, like when you save your dad, they all usually follow those kind of games where a moral dilemma at the end to kind of like choose the dialogue option. Kind of like she was saying, like, hey, your dad, you know, he is evil. He's been doing, you know, pretty much alive for like 200 years,
Oh
and
yeah, they do that. Yeah,
caused the
the
bombs.
the whole like, it turns out
So
her
like
dad's,
when
yeah.
she was like telling the whole thing, yeah, it's like that's obviously like, oh yeah, it's gonna be an option. Like, oh, it's not what you thought it was, huh? You know, wait, should I let him out or what? So a little bit of the game, thing like that.
And then, like we were talking about earlier, like, yeah, who you hire to be, what's the word? Who's in your show and who's gonna be these characters, embodying them and everything matters too. And so, like, on that note, like I mentioned it, earlier, Walton Goggins' character, the Ghoul, he's the best character in the show, like by far. Like, you could tell he's having fun playing the character, and I mean, Walton Goggins is good. Like, I don't know if you've watched a lot of the stuff that he's been in, or any of the stuff that he's been
He's
in.
always a bad guy. I think. Yeah,
He's
you're
usually
saying
like
he's
a
usually like a
bad
bad guy.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, like he's a bad guy in Justified. He's a bad guy in that Ant-Man uh movie, but I mean, he wasn't in that movie for that long. Um, but like, things that I've seen him in, he's usually really good. Yeah, like Justified, from the couple episodes I watched, he was good in that. He was in the Sons of Anarchy show. He played a trans character, but he was fucking hilarious in that show. He was good.
yes.
He's always good in what he does. So, him having this major role in the Fallout show, playing the Ghoul character, Cooper Howard, like, yeah, he really worked. And I love that whole, the going back and forth in the timeline or whatever. Like, oh, in the past we're gonna show when he's Cooper Howard, a famous actor who, I also kind of like that they basically said that, oh yeah, the whole, like, um the Fallout the Fallout boy or whatever, Pit Boy,
Yeah,
whatever, like, it's basically him. They just used him,
yeah,
and he's the one who is like the face of Vault-Tec. And then you find out, like, Vault-Tec are obviously the bad guys. If you know the video game lore, obviously we already know that they're the bad guys, because the vaults are not great. um,
yeah.
so him being the face of Vault-Tec, basically, because they're like the bad guys, it just makes it even more, with his character, just even better, because it's his wife, who's the, I don't know, she's a higher up, right? That's the what you got from it.
I think so. She's like way up there.
And yeah, the
But
whole
she's kind of
reveal.
just trying to find like a good vault for them to. get in there, but that kind of that's why the way it ended, where he was trying to find his family, and like why was he not in the vault with them as well? You know?
That is something I'm gonna like. I I'm very curious what they're going to do in the next season because he yeah says that he's like he wants to find out where his family is, or at least I guess maybe his wife. They I'm wondering what they're going to do when it comes to like his daughter, if she's part of it, or if like they're gonna be like, oh yeah, she died too. Because like, man, that
Mason, I don't know. Remember,
no,
she like when the bombs did go off,
he was there with her,
he was with her.
and he
Yeah,
obviously
they're
got
at a party.
radiated. Yeah, I was literally about to get into that because she's in that first scene with him of the show where they show the bombs dropping, and oh man, like I said, I watched the first episode again last night, and even though I watched it, and obviously, even when I watched it the first time, I knew it was coming, what was coming or whatever. But watching it again, it's still just like, damn, like seeing that's such a great opening to the show. The way they're just like, oh, everyone's having a good time. It's a party, and this and that. Everyone's carefree. You see, like there's the radio that's talking about like, oh yeah, things are
Yeah.
tensions are getting worse, and there's on the TV when before they switch it to like Grognak the Barbarian cartoon, which is pretty cool. That little Easter egg from the Grognak in the video games. Yeah, the guy's like, how can I do the news? Like, come on, I don't want to do this now.
Yeah. And then yeah, people are like freaking out a little bit. It's just until like it actually happened. Like, hey, just have fun, and all that shit happens. Because I wonder too, like, did he quit acting? Because he
I,
because
I don't know.
if he saw the did you also notice the titles they were called, right? The first episode is called The End, and the last episode is called The Beginning.
I think it was called the end because, I mean,
No, the beginning. So it's the end of like humanity essentially, then the beginning of like them coming out of the vault. It says like Lucy ending the like beginning a new chapter in her life. Be coming out in the wasteland, and it's a new life. I guess.
yeah. I mean, there's that, but I think that yeah, the reason it's called the end is just because like it's the end of the world. And then obviously the beginning, I think, is just more just because it's the beginning of something beautiful. I guess that's what I think. Like this show is just starting. Um,
Yeah.
no, yeah, and like I said, his character was just like everything that had to do with it. Like he had great lines too. Like there's that during that shootout in when
In
they're in
Philly.
what it was called Philly, yeah. I love that like I said, he's so good in what he does because he just like clearly was like, I want to make this fun. Like he has a line in it after he's shooting people and he starts eating those tomatoes, and he's like, the guy's like dying next to him after he shot him in the neck, and he's like, I'd offer you a tomato, but you got a hole in your neck. Like he's having
Mhm.
fun with the. Like I said, he said that line where getting sidetracked. He's having fun, and I love it. But yeah, that's why, and like I mentioned earlier in the podcast, like I think he's just there's going to be a lot of people cosplaying as him or wearing costumes of the ghoul
Mhm.
because he's the best character in the show by far. Um, but not that's not to take away from like the other characters. I do like Lucy's character. Um, and her she's kind of the what's the word like the I'm blanking on what I want to say, like how the word for it, but like she's basically the player character, you know, and so like obviously because it's not just a character, um, we're not playing as her. You have to give her her own everything because it's a show. Like they did well with her. She was fleshed out. She was good. And also, I don't really want to get into it like that, but like I liked
Mhm.
that they didn't do the whole like, oh, she's just great at everything right away, like kind of stuff. Like she's just that great automatically because she's
Yeah.
supposed to be, like she has. I mean, they play
She's a
off
dude.
like, yeah. I mean, they play off like, oh, she's good at shooting. She's very athletic and stuff, but because she's training and she's smart or whatever. But she's training in the vault, which makes sense that they would do that with people. But like when she fights that, you know, in Hollywood nowadays, when they do that kind of stuff, like these people are, Mary Sue's, whatever you want to say, like they just get shit done and they're just automatically winning all the time. But like when she fights that raider in the beginning or in the first episode, and
Oh yeah.
like he stabs her, he's going to kill her, like he's about to kill her until he gets distracted and then she like fucks his face up. And even then, like afterwards, he's not dead, and he's about to kill her again until her dad saves her. And even in the wasteland, like people are like fucking with her because she's just like bright-eyed, like naive, you know character that's like people can't just be bad, right? Like if you're just a good person, good things are gonna happen. And like that's not how it is, obviously, in the wasteland. Like people are like, mm-mm, you've you've got to be a little bit brutal.
Yeah.
So then, of course, Maximus's character. He's the I don't know. What did you think of his character?
Hmm.
Like
I
the
It wasn't too bad. I always had like Lucy's and the Ghouls story a lot more. 'Cause it's just more like I like the brother to steal, but it just felt like he just got lucky getting it. Like a lot of stuff, like during the special, I guess, like tribute, like the attributes and everything like that. He's must have like maxed out his luck pretty high, luck and strength.
Oh yeah, he gets
You know, 'cause-
super lucky with a lot of the shit that happens. Like
yeah,
he doesn't just like I I don't know
but
if
it
they
felt like
were.
it's kind of like the opposite. Like kind of like Lucy was born in the vault. Everything's all la di da da, happy, everything. While he was born with like, yeah, it's a shithole. Place I was at blew up my whole fucking family. Well, it's a little contrast of each other. You know?
So did you think he was the one who put the razor blade in that in his buddy's shoe when they
I
first
don't
did
think
when they
so.
had that? No. Did you think that they no they end
No,
up
I didn't.
they end up revealing that I think the character's name is Dane, that she did it herself.
Yeah, no, I didn't think it was her. I thought it was actually the other friends. To be honest, when
Oh,
like Thaddeus, sort of like those group of people.
that is, yeah. I actually really did like when the couple episodes they had together where they were traveling together, Thaddeus and Maximus, because they were just like, I don't know, like very stupid. Like it was.
Yeah, like
No, like when what was it called? The Gulper, I think it's called. That big like sea or
uh,
water monster. Like when they get the head out. The way they're like celebrating, like we got it, we got it.
yeah, like it's supposed to be like a big night because when you first see the night, they're like just don't give a shit, big dick motherfuckers. But like when
Oh my
he's
god.
there, he's like, oh my god, yay, 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 stupid shit. It's like, okay, that's kind of weird. It's
No,
supposed to be
but
like a
when
Take
you're
your
talking
armor,
about
dude.
that, yeah, they're supposed to be like the big dick motherfuckers who, yeah, show no fear and get shit done or whatever. But then like when they fight, it's called the Yaogwei, right? The like mutated bear, and he's just like,
Yeah.
fuck, 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 fuck. He's
Oh
just
yeah.
running away.
Yeah.
And, oh my god, they use Michael Rappaport. I think that's the guy's name, the actor's name.
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny.
I'm like, they really
The first one I
use.
see it until I look at it, I'm like, wait a second, that's that guy.
Yeah, when I saw that it was him, I was like, oh my god. Of course they're gonna use someone who's just like, no, no one would ever. No, like he's not the type to be like you don't think him when you think like wasteland badass. So to use him, that's pretty fucking hilarious. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't
Dude,
know.
I think I was talking to my girlfriend. I'm like, oh, dude, it would suck because since they're teasing New Vegas, like unfortunately Matthew Perry died. It'd been pretty cool to see him kind of reprise a role in that too.
Well, I don't.
It'd been cool.
So yeah, they're teasing New Vegas, and he was seeing. I don't know. Like I said, you're not terminally online like I am, but there's been this whole
Oh my,
like that they fucked with the timeline from the Fallout New Vegas game because when you see like there's a board when Shady Sands gets like nuked that it says it happened in 2277, and I guess the Fallout New Vegas game like that the year it happens is 2280 or 2281 or something like that. But people are thinking that because it says 2277, the fall of Shady Sands, and then the arrow goes forward and it shows like that Shady Sands gets nuked. I don't think that that means it happened in 2277. It seems like
people
2277.
are saying like there might be a little bit of confusion in some places, but everything that happened in the previous games, including New Vegas, has happened. So it's canon. All this shit.
Yeah,
It's maybe just they fucked up right here, yeah, because it's
I think it's just a
2280.
misinterpretation by people that like it was like, oh, this happened in 2277, but then like the nuke happened, but they just didn't put a year of when it happened, probably to leave it open for like when they want to have like, oh, it happened this is the year that the nuke got dropped on Shady Sands. So that was my
Hmm.
interpretation. It didn't happen in 2277. That like
Because
2277 something happened and then the nuke was afterwards.
yeah, because the this is the timeline for every single one. I'm just gonna just go. Okay, so obviously the bombs dropped 2077. Okay, um, Fallout 76 is the first one. It takes place. This game takes place in 2102. Then Fallout 1 takes place in 2161. Fallout Tactics is 2197. Fallout 2 is 2241. Fallout 3 is 2277. Fallout New Vegas 2281. Then Fallout 4 is 2287. And the show takes place in 2296. So like I guess it's one of those like it's part of it. Maybe just I think they just maybe the game just fucked up. Put the time wrong timing, but it happened. They're all connected.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think it was like that they fucked up. I think that they put it and people just read it wrong or like took it the wrong way. Like, it wasn't necessarily like that. Oh, yeah. Like I said, I think it was just people got it wrong. But I don't know. Yeah, and yeah, they did come out right. Yeah, and say like, no, 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 no. This all this stuff did happen.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'm not like I said. I mean, I do like the games, but I'm not like this like
Not
expert
like
on the
that
lore.
much.
Like no, like I'm not an expert on the lore or anything like that. So if something happened, I'm not going to necessarily know. or like or not understand, I guess. Um, yeah, I don't know. I just whatever happens in the show, I'm just gonna kind of take it for what it is. I guess I
Yeah.
because I like the show. I'm like I don't know what to say to that. Like I like the show, so what it is what it is. I I don't know too, because like I said, I'm not a I'm not an expert on their timelines and lore and everything. So I'm not gonna necessarily understand what is like what would be wrong if they fuck up the timeline or whatever. So I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. Um, but yeah, I don't know what else. What are the things? What were some other aspects of the show that you were very much enjoying?
Uh, but I think that's pretty much what I said. I think the action's pretty good. I think, um, but I feel like this shows you don't need that much action. It's like little instance battles.
I mean,
Kind of, I'm just trying to go back to like again, Halo has like a little bit of battles. Yeah, like little skirmishes, I guess, or random little shenanigans. Like, because I wasn't like itching for anything. Like, dude, I want to see them go in and kill everybody, but I didn't feel like it needed that.
I
They
think
had its
what
little
they
moments where
did,
Lucy did kill them.
yeah, I think what they did, the action set pieces that they have worked perfectly because you had the beginning, the first episode where like they get attacked by the Raiders or Moldaver's crew, and then you had like this, it's the second episode, right, in Philly where the shootout and everything, and then you have that battle at the end of the season. I think that works. When it comes to like what type of action or whatever, I think that was
Yeah,
perfect.
they had the right,
Right amount.
yeah, right amount for being a Fallout game.
Yeah.
Fuck, I even feel like I had more action than fucking Halo, bro.
Oh.
Yeah,
I mean, this last
to be
season of
honest,
Halo
but
didn't really have enough action, but that's
like Devin said, like it was like that one scene where the Arbiter and all of them are fighting, but I sees the fucking girl crawling on the floor. I'm like, bro, I've been waiting for this. I just keep going back to Halo shit because it is fucking dog shit.
like, we're not going to talk about Halo. We're not going to keep talking about
This
Halo.
is, this is this is about the big boy Fallout. And it's gonna get. I'm excited for season two. I'm really glad it got green for season two, even though we were already knew it was gonna be okayed. It would have been fucking crazy Amazon to be like, nah, I don't know.
I mean, you imagine
Like,
if they're like, yeah, we're not doing a new season. Like
we ain't
what?
Netflix. Netflix. Oh, Fallout was a good show. Let me cancel it.
Especially after that tease. I don't. Yeah, because the show. What was it I was talking about with I think a coworker? Might have been today or yesterday. That like to for these. Oh, it was today. I was talking about Destiny and how like because I was talking about the Fallout show and how I'm so glad that like video game adaptations are starting to get to a point now where we're starting to get like more good adaptations than bad adaptations. We're not necessarily automatically like, oh, here we go, another video game adaptation. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
somehow the conversation got, yeah, it just veered into like, well, I wonder what the next adaptation is going to be and everything. And it got into like because I think he was talking about like not everything can be adapted to, and I think he mentioned Destiny. I'm like, no, you can make a Destiny show. I think the thing is, like I was telling him, with a Destiny show, you got to do like with Fallout, basically. It has to be set within the universe. But it can't use like the actual storylines that have already been in the games. And these video game companies should be like even more so like trying to push for good adaptations and trying to get multiple seasons. There's a reason why, yeah, I'm talking about this stuff or whatever. Because when it pertains to the show being renewed for a second season, is because when you have these awesome adaptations of your video game and it's able to keep going, like it just renews interest in the games. Like you see, ever since the Fallout show came out, Fallout 76, like we're playing it right now for the podcast or whatever, well, or whatever. Um, but like it had its highest player count ever. You know, uh, what was it that I think it was in the UK.
Yeah, like this, like it's sold like
The Fallout
like
4
the
is now
best
like
selling
the
for
number
Fallout
one
4.
selling game so far.
Yeah, for Fallout 4. Yeah,
So like you want to
I think
keep
surged to like
you
the
want to
phone
keep
games
these
because
kinds of things
shelter.
going. You want to keep these things going, and having a season 2 guaranteed, like yeah, that's going to keep the hype up and everything. So yeah, I don't know. All this to say that I'm excited that there's going to be a second season. Uh, I do like I can't wait to see where it's going because of the whole, yeah, the tease for New Vegas and everything.
Yeah.
Because the show was
Yeah, there's
great.
like so many sales right now for fucking Fallout. Like I was looking at it, you can buy New Vegas for PC for $5 for the Ultimate Edition. Less than $23 to get all the Fallouts.
Oh no, yeah, they've had them on sale. Like even on
Amazon right
Xbox,
now,
they have them
eight
on
fifty,
sale.
$8.50 for Fallout 4 Game of the Year. I think they're giving it out too on Amazon Prime. Prime members get Fallout 76 for free. So we all know you guys have fucking Prime if you watch Fallout. So get it for free. You know, it can't be free.
Hmm, yeah, I don't know, man. Like I, I hope this show gets at least like maybe 3 seasons. I don't really know what a good amount would be nowadays.
But yeah, I think this story is like you said, it can't really go off a story, and it felt like Fallout. There's not really a story besides go to your dad, find your son, kind of stuff. Then you can just put all this bullshit wackiness in the middle that makes Fallout Fallout. You know, like the crazy little thingies that you find randomly in the game, or some kind of depressing one where like Lucy finds like the people all like drink poison before the bombs blew up. You know, like that was kind of depressing. You know, because that's how it was in those games. You find some weird dark stuff,
Oh yeah,
or you find
yeah,
some hilarious shit in there. You know.
yeah. No, you. Oh man, there's a lot of different stuff that you can like find, and it can get like a little fucked up, dude. Like oh my god, that's the thing too. Like some of the fucking lore when it comes to like the vaults.
Especially, yeah. So when you look in the vaults in the games, they get kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's another thing too, because like yeah, ever since the game came out, I've been watching a lot of like videos
Yeah, yeah,
of Fallout, and like yeah, like you see, man, oh, it is like some of the shit is just like super fucked up. Like there's that vault where they have to sacrifice someone every year,
Yeah.
but like it's what they don't
Oh yeah, if you
actually
don't
have to.
sacrifice somebody, you'll die. And
No,
then
no,
they
yeah,
didn't do it
they
one
tell
year.
them that, like, oh, if you don't sacrifice someone, like they all die, but they're not telling them that if they actually don't sacrifice, then everything's all good. They basically win, and so
Yeah.
like just like the way everyone just dies basically at the end of the like the lore for that vault and everything. Like it's just, and then like the last survivors basically just commit, or yeah, not basic. Last survivors just commit suicide because they just couldn't handle what happened. I'm like, fuck, dude. Yeah, some of these vaults are fucked up, man.
Yeah, I think I'm not to be honest, I kinda Googled some of those, like I said, top 10 disturbing. Like one of the Vault 19 is a red versus blue kind of thing. And they all eventually kill each other. The vault's in New Vegas. Um I think oh no, I think it's Vault 3. But yeah, a lot of this vault was one of those some people were blue and some people were red and they just eventually just all killed each other at the end. Like it's just nuts. I think one of the vaults actually had like a ghost girl in there or some shit. I think a
So,
bunch of plants on one. I think the funny one was like Vault 69 is like 99
all
women, one
yeah,
man,
women or something
and
like
it's
that.
like nice.
I know, right?
So,
Nice. Oh yeah, so like yeah, it's there's a lot of that like just that fucked up shit in the games that like yeah, because like they go into what was it, Vault 4, right, in the show, her and Lucy and Maximus, and
mhm.
like they had like it wasn't the people that they ended up interacting with, but like the people that took over from the people that were running the vault. Like they were doing experiments and shit, like turning them into weird creatures, and like they had that they show like she sees that video of that woman like giving birth to a bunch of like piranhas or some shit, and just they eat her, and
Oh
it's just
yeah,
like
oh yeah, that one. Oh fuck yeah, with all the mutants and shit.
yeah, it's like oh my god, dude. Like I said, yeah, there's a lot of fucked up
Yeah, it's
shit to
crazy
this.
that those are the two people that were in the commercial in the beginning. Remember when he was doing the advertisement for him? He was like in the vault, like, yeah, we've been in the vault for 8 months or something like that, testing it out. Those are the scientists that were there before they got killed.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like, oh shit. I think then the one with the one we were talking about, the you have to sacrifice everybody every year. That's Vault 11, and that vault's in Fallout New Vegas.
What's the New Vegas vault?
Yeah, it's controlled by an AI, and it tells people to kill stuff. I think there's an Vault 12 looks like was kind of a fucking fucked up one where the door didn't close properly. That was the test. That was the little experiment, and see how the residents would handle that. So it made him go crazy and protect the vault door and everything. Had to deal with radiation, ghouls trying to break in and stuff. It's just random little things. It can be crazy, stupid shit.
there's
One of them
that
had one man and puppets. He was just in a room in the vault with just puppets.
was the there's that one where the guy like clones himself, right? And he takes over. And it's like Gary's.
Yeah,
He's like Gary. He just ends up like they get so fucked up that all they could say is Gary.
God.
I think that might be Fallout 3. I don't remember. Yeah.
Hmm. So it's some crazy shit. It goes really deep. That's why when he was his wife was saying we need to find a good vault, you know, to watch yourself. Which begs the difference. Would that be Vault 31 then? Because a lot of those people came from 31.
No, so Vault 31 was
Well,
just the cryo
yeah,
chamber
that's where
people.
the brother. Yeah, they went to the cryo chamber because that's where they stood there for 31, right? So all those people would be in 31. Which I wonder why the ghoul wasn't in Vault 31. So he must have maybe found out because he was caught, eavesdropping or something like that, and they kind of fucked him up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably something they're going to explain more
Season two.
in season 2 and everything. Yeah, because yeah, obviously he didn't make it to any vaults or anything like that. I mean, like him and his wife weren't together anymore because they do make mention of that when he's at the party because those guys are like, why is he doing this? And one of them was like, oh yeah, alimony. Like, so him and his wife are separated, obviously.
Yeah. So that
Um,
must have been because remember he did talk about he wanted to quit showbiz
yeah.
and like didn't want to leave, and then it looks like he did quit showbiz.
So like, I don't know, maybe that's why he wasn't able to get to a vault because him and the wife weren't together, and she was probably like, I don't need to worry about you being in a vault. But then like, that's why that's because so like when at the end they talk about like we dropped the bombs. I'm like, did they end up actually dropping the bombs, Vault Tech themselves? Because the daughter's out and about. Like, why would if they knew they were like she would obviously know, right? That oh, we're gonna drop the
Yeah,
bombs this
it's
day.
kind of
Why would she like not? Why would she like do it on day when her?
like what, she stayed with me today,
Yeah.
you know.
So I'm wondering if they're gonna do like what's the word like in season 2 like that they are like yeah we're gonna drop the bombs, but they fucked up, and so like because the Fallout lore is that it's basically America versus China. That if it's gonna be like
Yeah.
oh they fucked up and China just started dropping bombs, so that's why obviously she couldn't you know get it done or like she couldn't
Hmm.
save her daughter.
Yeah,
I don't know.
they had to do it sooner because of like China. Dude, I'm also kind of was like a little ooh that's cool when they talked about Anchorage
Oh yeah,
because in Fallout 3 there's a DLC and you like relive that whole battle in Fallout 3. That
yeah.
was really cool.
The it's one of the DLCs, right?
Yeah, I think it's literally like Anchorage, like Battle Anchorage or something.
I don't think I've
Uh,
played any of the DLCs for Fallout 3.
Operation Anchorage. That's what I played all of them. They're fucking cool. Mothership Zeta was probably the coolest one out of all of them. The pit was kind of cool too. That's in Pittsburgh. You got like a really cool fucking melee weapon that's like a buzzsaw on it. You pretty much got like you're like in jail because you got like caught or something, and then supposed to dig shit and you started killing everybody with that fucking cool buzzsaw like pipe looking weapon. Anchorage is cool because you're in a fucking power suit armor, just fighting giant robots and shit. That was super. But Mothership Zeta out of all the DLC, that was the coolest one because you just fuck with aliens and then if your character was really good with laser weapons, of course you're gonna love the DLC because you're just mowing at everybody.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I don't know. Do you have any more you want to say on the Fallout show?
No, I'm excited for season two. I'm assuming Devin's also excited for season two.
I would
Can't
hope
wait.
so. Okay, I think
Yeah,
that's gonna do it for us then for the podcast for the week. All right, I think that's a good way to end it. All right then. So yeah, again, we'll end it right there. All right, that's been podcast 14, episode 14. 14 episodes, Jesus. Uh, we'll, we should be back, and we'll probably actually We'll start talking about the maybe next week. We'll start talking about the Knuckles show, maybe the first episode. We'll see,
yeah,
because yeah, I'm excited about
yeah.
that.
We just gotta
So
watch the first one. You gotta let Devin know too. Like, hey, don't forget to watch that when you're watching the baby.
Yeah. So hopefully there's gonna be some more major news too, because this week kind of was a little light, but luckily we had the Fallout show to talk about. But yeah,
Mhm.
but yeah,
Yeah.
watch out for next week. Well, we should have a new episode. So in the meantime, like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. JJ, you want to say laters?
Yeah. Later, guys. See you next week.
Yeah. And I've been 2BCQ, aka Everett, and we'll catch you guys later.